to our storyboards.
Well, when does the dog leave? Like, in
Do
reality.
we see the dog go?
Right at the
yeah.
end,
Yeah.
they go for like one last walk to the beach.
And then we see where the lane, they walk back up to the lane and you see the kennel van and the social worker van next to each other.
We're gonna
We
have like a
actually
shot
get to
of,
see the dog drive off, because that's the crime.
yeah, we're gonna have the shot of like the social worker car going one way and the kennel van going
yeah.
the other.
We see
And then
kind
that's
of
like the mantelpiece on the
Gordon
same
hands
last
over
side.
the dog and kind of doesn't say anything and kind of tries to kind of ignore it.
That's the crime.
That's our dog.
You've got to have that crime, because it's too dogs.
We don't want to make it. We don't want to make it too cheesy. That's our dog.
I don't think I'll be able to watch it, I'll be honest. I think where you've got the shots of like the clock ticking and obviously the lane and when the social worker or whatever looks through the door, I think those are really good and like make it like a really good aspect of it because it's like quite hard hitting and it gets across what we're trying to.
Me and Shana both do photography, so we kind of wanted to make it quite picturesque because we've
Yeah.
also got, when they go for a walk, they go on a beach as well, so we want like a big, nice long shot of the beach and kind of make it quite photographic as well.
How are you doing that door thing again? Are you just going to look
Filming,
through the window?
we're going to have from inside the house, the social worker's going to look in,
Yeah.
and then he's going to back away as Gordon comes into the shot and we just see it over his shoulder
Oh,
as he goes to open the door.
I was thinking it the other way, the way that you see the...
But we are going to have that kind of reverse shot as well, because when Gordon opens the door, it's going to be, the camera's going to be on the other side, so yeah.
So have you seen these puppies?
Yeah, we've seen the pictures of them.
Is there anything like that?
Yeah, there is one that's like the identical colour, and they're all kind of, there's like one surrounding him that are different colours,
It's
and then
like
there's
a
just
litter
one
of
that colour,
six.
so it's kind of like,
So
it's quite helpful really, because he really stands out in the litter.
And what if he gets like adopted before you film?
Find him.
Exactly, yeah.
there are
Find
like
out who
three
adopted you
litters.
and go and film
Yeah,
there.
we have
Three
got a
different
couple of
people and
different.
they're around here, so.
And often puppies, they grow up to look completely different.
Anyway,
So
yeah,
I
so-
think they do.
What's the puppy scene? Is he going to pick him up from the litter?
It's just like a flashback as
It's
he
just like a
gets in
hand
first.
picking up
Yeah.
And then he's put into a little cage, and then we're going to have someone at a kennel handing over the cage and just being like, enjoy your puppy. And then he's put into the boot and then drive off.
and then we're just
So are they going to let you take this puppy away?
Well, we're not actually going to take it away, we're just going to have a scene of it driving it away. But it's
You're
not
going to
actually.
end up taking the puppy.
No, it's not actually going to be in the car when it goes away.
We're just going to put the box in and then close the boot.
You're
I don't think Shana's mind stealing the puppy.
They're end up getting adopted, yeah, okay.
That puppy's going to think, someone's picked me, and that's just
That is
like...
the other choice. You just buy a puppy
yeah.
and share it.
Clown goose by
Exactly.
With the flashback scenes, because like quite a lot of like your groups have done like flashbacks and stuff. Are you gonna like maybe put it in like black and white or change the colour around a bit just to make it seem like the different time difference?
I think we do.
Cut black and white.
No, I think we're having. It's definitely something we need to discuss a bit more. Is how to make the flashbacks look different, because otherwise it will just get confusing. But like so, when we first go into that flashback, it's a photo that we kind of pan into, and then it becomes the flashback. But we do need a way of showing that kind of more definitely, because
You said you were going to pan across on the mantelpiece with old like wedding photos of Gordon stuff. How are you going to do that if it's the actor? Because they're going to have to look similar to him and Mark, aren't they?
well, he is married, so we could see if we could
Yeah,
just
get
borrow a
some pictures.
photo of him
Yeah.
and his wife, or if not, just use some kind of like
We can find some well,
Oh,
search
yeah.
online and have a see anything.
some, yeah. So,
My grandmother's similar to him actually.
really.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, if not, I've got pictures of like my nan and granddad's wedding that we could just use to put in, because they're black and white, and they were all like 20 when they were taken, so obviously it changes all these.
How long is the mantelpiece? That it looked really small, so it looks like you're going to be
No,
like.
it is.
Oh,
Not that long.
yeah, it's it looks a lot like quite a lot smaller in the picture, but it is probably of about the length of a 1.5 tables maybe.
It's going to be quite a slow shot. It's going to
Yeah,
be
but
very
yeah,
long.
yeah,
So
no,
we
no,
don't-
it just looked like this long.
Yeah.
It's kind of like,
Still.
well,
It
We
didn't
don't
fit
want it
this
to
one.
be, but if it was like ridiculously long, then the shot would just drag for too long, and then so it would just get a bit dull. So.
Our credits are going to come out of the mantelpiece like as we go
yeah,
along.
yeah, that seems really cool.
Yeah, because we
How-
got that from
Sorry, how are you going to get over that Gordon's going to carry on strong, he's not going to just fall apart? Like, like the moment he's in the home, he's
So that's the
going
bit you
to
don't know
sink
because
into
it
a
ends
deep
as he goes
depression.
away in the car. So that's the bit you have to guess.
So what was
Yeah.
number 2?
Yeah,
He
sequel.
doesn't break down in
Yeah.
the story.
Exactly. He
Yeah.
doesn't like. Yeah, he
He
just
stays-
doesn't.
He is
Stay
talking
strong.
to the dog while he's packing.
When he hands George over, there's no kind of tears or anything. I mean, you can see obviously in his face that he's sad, but he's not like crying. I think at the end, I think the clock ticking as well on the mantelpiece kind of shows that time does go on and life goes on, you know, without certain people or pets and stuff. So it's kind of like a representation of that.
Vanessa going to cry at this.
Oh, well,
That's what we want. We want people to. We want people to watch it.
Involve your dog. It's going to be tears.
Anybody else got any questions, Charlotte?
What do you think about a soppy film? This is like...
We don't want to think of it as soppy. It's not soppy. It's kind of
gonna work.
moving.
It's got a dog.
It
Poignant.
feels definitely sentimental.
Exactly.
I don't think it's soppy at all. I just think it's quite real because like you think a lot of old people going into care homes, it's like an everyday thing, and I think maybe it's quite hard hitting, and if like young people watch it, they
It's
might
definitely like
relate
losing
to it.
part of your independence trying to go
Yeah.
into this sort of thing, and a lot of people don't feel they deserve that kind of treatment. So
I think you're right. I think it is sentimental, but I don't think it's cheesy by any stretch, you know, because it is.
that's kind of our problem with the title though, because we want to get a title that fits
Yeah,
that.
we don't
It's
want
kind of like we don't want
cliches.
something that's just going to come along and just be like, oh, it's a cliche. cheesy film. So that's where we're struggling with the title.
Cinematic descriptions of your shots.
Yeah.
It's not really cheesy at all.
Yeah, that's kind of with the shots, and because we did get a professional actor and everything, we kind of wanted it to be quite realistic.
Tell them about your actor.
Yeah, we met him last night.
He's really
Yeah.
nice.
He's lovely, and he's kind of.
He was in Hot Fuzz.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was an extra walking past, and when Simon Pegg's jogging apparently or something, he walks past in the background. So, but yeah, he's
How old
really,
is he?
he's 55, but he does look slightly older. We didn't tell him that. But he does look slightly older. So,
He's going to bring all old man clothes.
yeah, he's got some crazy stuff.
Okay.
Why is he moving to a home? Because is there some
Because
like
he's old.
illness? Yeah, but
He's old. He can't look after
Well, I think that's the point. He kind of feels like he's being treated
okay, so
unfairly,
Yeah.
but in the way kind of like.
So he's full.
It's kind of he's got like a really big house and everything all to himself, and they kind of feel. I think it's kind of that sort of thing. Like they feel like
Too much to manage.
exactly
Yeah.
because he's got big house,
Jogging
dog,
on the
and
beach.
it's kind of
Jogging on the beach, so it looks like he's completely fit.
yeah. Well, he's not jogging on the beach.
He's committed.
He's taking,
Yeah.
taking a dog for his walk on the beach.
No, I think that's quite realistic because quite often, you know, there are people left with big old houses that they can't manage and gardens that, you know, they can't do anymore.
Tom's got a pretty big garden as well.
He
Yeah.
says to the dog about, I think I can't manage by myself anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
And the social worker's quite passionate, condescending to him.
Yeah.
So they kind of
Calls
deal
him
with
love.
it, he
Is he
himself.
going to do the old man groaning kind of style?
What's an old man grown? Can you demonstrate for us?
I don't think I can. I'm an old man. It's just the typical thing that. Well, I've got
My granddad doesn't groan.
I think we didn't. I think if you do put that in, then of course you're kind of adding to the stereotype
Remember
as
they
well, and we
stand up?
wanted to keep away from the stereotype.
We're gonna get.
My
I do that now.
I do.
Proves it.
I like it. I think it could be really kind of like where it said quite hard hitting. You know, it's going to be personally I find it a tragic watch, but yeah, quite hard hitting and not cheating, which is would have been easy to slip into that kind of getting down on your knees and hugging your dog business.
Kind of, we
That
did-
would have been awful. But I think just talking to him quite normally and then taking him for a nice final walk and then
Because he doesn't really patronise the dog either. He kind of talks to him like it's another human being because he is his companion and he's his only companion. So he kind of talks to him like he's a thing,
yeah.
as opposed to actually just being like.
Good. Anybody else? Charlie, sure you got nothing to say? Lake,
Only question I thought up, Brendan used.
really?
Yeah.
Don't worry.
There you go.
I think they should write.
Hey, what? What did you say? I think you should stay out of this one.
We've also planned our music as well,
Oh, right.
which Tom's going to do because he does music and he's very good at guitar. Yeah, well you are. And you know the song "Fields of Gold."
Yeah.
And kind of we want something along those kind of lines, so kind of like just a little acoustic guitar piece. And we did think about having singing over the top, but we thought that might just be a bit too much.
Yeah.
So we're just going to have like the little acoustic guitar bit in the background when they go for their last walk and things.
Just the last walk.
Well, no, it won't be that particular song, but it's along those lines.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
the title sequence without music would be a bit boring.
Yeah, we've got the
Yeah.
top clock ticking. That's the whole.
Oh, yeah.
That's the whole
Mm.
kind of significant thing. And yeah, and it will be the record player in the background as well.
Oh, yeah.
We have got record player.
Find it.
Yeah, everyone else does.
Excellent.